Have you ever wondered that the world you see every day, the one you touch and believe to be real, might actually be an illusion? If that's true, then what are color, shape, sound, and touch really made of? Let's uncover the mystery together. In general, people believe that something exists only when it can be seen, heard, touched, or measured. In academic terms, this is known as the empirical realm. Buildings, stones, metals, water, plants, animals, and other physical objects are therefore treated as the only legitimate reality, real simply because they can be detected by our senses. On the other hand, anything beyond the reach of the senses is often seen as vague, unreal, or merely speculative. It is as if a truth must first pass the tests of the eyes, ears, and hands, or at least be recorded by an instrument, before it is worthy of acceptance. This way of thinking then becomes the foundation of how most people live. Daily activities, long struggles, and even life goals are unconsciously directed toward chasing what is material and worldly. As a result, many fall into the belief that the value of life lies only in what can be owned, accumulated, or displayed.
Is matter truly real in the way most people believe? Does it exist independently, or could it actually depend on another form of existence, one that is subtler and more fundamental? These questions matter. We often accept the physical world as the most certain form of reality, something that requires no further inquiry. Yet it is possible that what we call matter is only the outermost layer of a much deeper reality, solid on the surface, but ultimately supported by something invisible. Let us explore this further, using simple facts and straightforward reasoning.
If we observe any object more closely, we will find a simple truth. Every object is made of things that are completely different from the object itself. This fact is understood by everyone, so obvious that it feels almost axiomatic. There is no object that stands upon its own substance. Take, for example, the house we live in. It is composed of sand, stone, iron, wood, cement, glass, and bricks. These materials form the house, yet none of them is a house. Stone is not a house, sand is not a house, iron is not a house, and likewise the house is not stone, not sand, not iron, and not wood. From this we understand that what we call a house is actually just a name or a concept we assign to a collection of different materials. Its existence as one unified entity lives only in human perception or in the mind. Because once we break it down into its parts, what remains is merely a set of components that are completely different from the house itself. In other words, at a deeper level of reality, the house has no independent existence. It depends entirely on things that are not itself.
The same principle applies to the materials that make up a house. Take stone, for example. A stone is formed from various minerals, yet minerals are not a stone, and a stone is not a mineral. Both are completely different things. Just like a house, the existence of a stone as one solid object is actually only a perception or a concept in the human mind, because what truly exists is simply a collection of minerals. If we look deeper, minerals follow the same pattern. They are made of elements such as oxygen, iron, aluminum, silicon, sodium, and others. So a mineral is essentially just a label we give to a combination of elements. It is not something that exists independently. And what about those elements? Oxygen, for instance, is made of molecules. Molecules are made of atoms. Atoms consist of electrons and a nucleus, And the nucleus is made of even smaller particles. Each level of existence, it turns out, is always formed from something that is not itself, something entirely different from its final appearance. This leads us to a simple yet astonishing fact. All the objects we know, stone, wood, metal, the human body, even air, are at their core merely concepts or impressions in the mind. The solid matter we imagine as complete, standalone objects does not truly exist as an independent reality. What actually exists are the parts that are not the object itself, parts whose nature and form are completely different from what we see on the surface.
This is where the real issue appears. If an object disappears the moment we break it down into its parts, does it truly have an independent existence? Or does it only seem to exist because of the way we perceive and give meaning to it? Therefore, matter, as we commonly understand it, is not as solid or as real as most people assume. It is more like a construction of perception, something that arises from the relationship between its components, rather than from a substance that stands on its own. This simple realization opens the door to deeper questions. If matter does not stand upon itself, then what does it stand upon? If objects are only surface appearances, then what is the underlying reality that supports everything? At this point, our journey into the true nature of reality is only just beginning. By paying attention to the most basic facts and logic about matter, we arrive at a surprising conclusion. Matter is actually only an impression within human perception, not something that truly possesses an independent existence. If this is so, then matter, as we understand it, is closer to an illusion than to a true reality. But if matter is an illusion, an important question arises: what actually exists? Because an illusion cannot emerge from nothing. If an illusion appears, there must be something that causes it. Without that cause, the illusion would not exist at all. From our previous exploration, we learned that every object is always composed of something that is not itself. A house is not stone, stone is not mineral, mineral is not element, an element is not atom, an atom is not a fundamental particle, and so on. Everything is merely the outer appearance of something completely different. Therefore, what truly exists is not matter, not physical objects, not even the universe itself. This conclusion sounds strange, but it is in fact logical. What truly exists is not something we normally think exists, nor something we assume does not exist. It lies beyond the categories we know. Not matter, not energy, not space, not time. At last we reach an important understanding. Everything that forms the universe is composed of something other than itself. Thus, the ultimate reality, whatever it is, cannot be part of the universe and cannot resemble anything within it. This is the starting point for understanding that behind the visible physical world there is a more fundamental existence, a reality that is the source of all things, yet cannot be reduced to any object or material of the universe.
Modern discoveries about the nature of matter are not surprising to the spiritual world. In fact, they align closely with a concept that Islam has taught for thousands of years. La ilaha illallah. There is nothing that truly exists except Allah, the creator of the universe. In Islam, God is described as a being completely beyond the reach of human reason, beyond imagination, and unlike anything in the universe. Knowing Him is not done by imagining a form, but by negating everything the mind can picture. Whatever can be imagined or compared, by definition, that is not God.
Thus, at its highest point, modern science ends up meeting a spiritual truth revealed long ago, that the ultimate reality is not matter, not energy, not space or time, but something that transcends them all.
If you have any questions or thoughts about this video, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video.